the terrain, and on the uphill side, you will notice what looks like a little canyon up there. Now they actually extracted a vein of gold out of there using the common overhead mining technique of stoping. The most productive stope in the area came from a Crescent mine, and the mine was over 2,000 feet long and 400 feet deep. They extracted a whopping $1.2 million worth of gold out of it in just a short 4 weeks.
Nope. They're starting to do Feast of Life, huh? I don't know why, but I never liked that.
You don't like that?
I don't like the Feast of Life. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Here's another one. Yeah, it was. Really? Never knew it? See, now you learned something new today. Let me guess, one of them is even though your son wanted to come on this train ride, he also got an education out of it.
You may notice that the city blocks over on the left side of town look a little empty. At the peak of the gold rush, Cripple Creek's population was over 5 times what it is today. So at one point in time, all those blocks were actually filled with housing and businesses of all kinds. Now just across the valley on the opposite side of town from us, you'll notice that large cone-shaped mountain with all the towers sticking out of the top of it. That is Mount Pisgah. And at the bottom of Mount Pisgah is the Mount Pisgah Cemetery, where all of Cripple Creek's famous and not so famous people are buried. One of the more famous people was Dr. Suzanne Anderson. She was the first female doctor in the area, and they did make a television show inspired by her life. Some of you may recognize it. It was called Dr. Quinn the Medicine Woman.
Nope, never heard of it.
Really?
Dr. Quinn the Medicine Woman. Nope. Unless they changed her name to Nurse Jackie. Probably. Unless I go onto YouTube and watch it. I'll probably know, but highly doubt it.
Did you see like where we were this morning?
Yep. It's where we are now.
That's where he was talking about.
Amazing.
It's amazing. It only takes us like 5 minutes to get from here to there.
Unlike Denver, where it takes us like 30 minutes.
I know.
See, we're going off to the right. See, there's a switch.
All the kids are going, they changed the job! They changed the job! Oh no!
You guys stop and let that other train pass.
I think we're going over there and see. Yeah.
We're going to do exactly what that other train did.
You see a mouse? Where?
And welcome to our final stop on the tour today, Cripple Creek. Now, if you look behind the train, back up there in that valley, you'll see an old broken down wooden cabin that's missing part of its roof. That was Bob Womack's cabin, and he was the first person to discover gold in the area. He named his mine the El Paso Lode. Now, Bob was not much of a miner. He was more of a cowboy, but Bob was best known as being the town drunk. So upon celebrating his claim, he naturally went down to Old Colorado City on a drinking spree. And after waking up from a 3-day binge, he found that he'd sold his mine for a mere $500 and a few cases of whiskey.
Oh.
Now that was pretty good money back then, but the new owners